Welcome back to Cards on the Table, the football card podcast. My name's Kieran, and as always, I'm joined by Jack, Ryan, and Pete. Each week, we'll dive into the world of football cards, from new releases, big pulls, to hobby news, and also collecting tips as well. This week, we're going to talk about the first week of break-in FugenZ, What Not Card Show, some of our favourite streamers, and then our hits of the week. So let's jump straight in. Normally, we'd start off with new product releases, but as we kind of alluded to last week, and it's still kind of ongoing, there are none. So we haven't really had anything kind of new released between the last podcast that we recorded. What we thought we'd do is just take a bit of a look at FugenZ, because we covered it last week, that it was coming out. We'd seen the checklist, we'd seen some of the product info. It looked like quite a good set, but we hadn't kind of broken any of them at this point. So yeah, obviously, Ryan, you've had some experience this week breaking quite a few of them. How have you found it?
Yeah, quite fun, to be fair. I think everyone getting involved's quite enjoyed it. It's because it's obviously, like we touched on last week, it's a short printed set, only 40 cases made worldwide, obviously Indian exclusive. Um and it's a 61 card set. So in rule of form, there should be at least a 1 of 1 minimum per case. You get a case it again. I don't know if it's every case, but a triple auto as well. And because it's so low print run, it's all the parallels are to 50 and below. So a lot of low numbers coming out. Obviously it's a auto 1 in every 2, but to be fair, I'm about 25 boxes in. It's been quite auto heavy at the minute, so it's been quite good. Some low numbered ones in there. I've had a Bruno auto to 5, a Jude Bellingham auto to 5, Ahmad auto to 5. And recently, literally last night, pulled the triple auto from the case to 5 as well. The PSG one, Dembele, Barcola, and Ramos. That was a nice one. But yeah, I think the general consensus is people. I've actually had messages saying when you're back on with it, when you're back on with it. Um, the only thing I don't like about it is that all the hits are in one pack. I've kind of like been the way I've been doing it is just finding all the base packs, just getting them all open, putting a big pile of base cards on one side, showing them, and then getting to the hit pack. So they're quite quick to rip. Sometimes when you get a bad box, can be quite deflating. Going to the next one, like for all of you got the break fill, and then you're literally there for 5 minutes, and you get one box of no auto and a couple of to 25 parallels. I was a bit like, ugh, one of them. But yeah, it's been pretty good. I think the feedback's been good on it as well.
I feel like the card design's quite nice on them as well.
Yeah, they are.
Um,
They're different, and even the base cards do look nice. But again, it is a paper set, so so far you can go with it really.
yeah, yeah, and I suppose the hits being in one pack as well, it's quite frustrating, isn't it? Because normally, obviously, when you're watching it, and obviously I've watched quite a few breaks with it as well,
Yeah,
it's a bit like it's so much build up to that final pack, because obviously
yeah,
everyone's going to sweat that final pack.
It's
So there's
like
so much build
logo
up stuff.
fractal.
Yeah,
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 Yeah.
exactly. And it's like, if that then doesn't get the hit, it's a bit anticlimactic. But yeah, it's looked quite good. And I suppose for the price point as well, it's the cheapest set that you can kind of get into as well. I suppose if you're just starting out as well. Uh,
yeah.
and you're not guaranteed an auto, but I think the auto hits have been quite high from what I've seen with a lot of the breaks that have been done as well.
Yeah, yeah, they have been, and like I say, for filling as a breaker as well, it's only 21 full teams, so they are quicker fills. Again, the price point that people have been, again, I've been £1 starting most of my breaks, and the customers, the buyers have been, you know, respecting the set and paying the price point that we should be getting back for it, which is fantastic. And again, people are asking more of it. I think it's so short printed. People have gone a bit mad for it, to be fair. Like it says, well, even opening the packs has been a pain. It's been a scissor job. The only set I've ever opened with a pair of scissors, which is quite disappointing. But honestly, I tried the first pack. I've seen people open scissors. I thought, I'll tackle this. I'll be the first one to do it. And I opened. I was like, nah, this ain't happening. I agree now. I'm with scissors. I'm with you guys. I'm with you. So it's just this. You gotta be careful not to trim a couple of the corners off. But no, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, it's you said about like paper set, and there's only so much you can do with it. But they've done really well with the card designs. I'll give
Yeah,
them that. Like the
yeah.
card designs look really pretty. To be fair, like
Yeah, tell you what is good as
everyone's
well that I
yeah,
forgot about is the legends. I thought I
yeah,
pulled one of them actually for early doors. They've got a good little list of legends in there, like Thierry Henry, Gerrard, Zlatan, Tony Kroos. And again, they're desired low number cards. Like Arsenal's got no autographs in it, but it's still a desirable spot because a low numbered Henri you're laughing with. You know what I mean? You're excited for that. So again,
Many one-of-ones.
not yet. Again, people coming in who have probably done a bit more research into the set than I have been coming into the chat saying you should be getting a 1-of-1 and triple auto per case. Again, in theory, 61 card set, and that's minus your autos. That's your base set. So there's potentially 120 odd 1-of-1s to find. So again, 40 cases, there should be a minimum of one. So no, I haven't personally found. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, there's one or multiple still to come out of the one case I had. But yeah, it'd be exciting if and when one does come, to be fair. So
Yeah,
because quite a few boxes to a case, isn't there, with this set?
yeah, 40.
Yeah.
40. So yeah, still about
That's
15
incredible,
so far.
right? That's a really high volume of boxes in a case. Like, you've got to hats off on that front. Usually you're only getting 8, 12. Some you even get less. The higher products, obviously, but that's really good volume wise.
Yeah, it is. Again, for the price point, I think it's been a really fun set to do, to be fair. And it's coming at the right time when there's not been a lot going on. And obviously, like we keep saying, there's been a drought in football sets coming out at the minute. So I think it's come out at a really good time. And like I say, it's a different one to do. It's a fun one to do. So yeah, it's been enjoyable.
Yeah. No, it's looked good. And to be fair, I suppose with 40 boxes in a case, no wonder there's not that many cases. Do you know?
Yeah.
It's
So
a lot of boxes.
it's a big old case as well. The box is obviously a lot bigger too than the standard case box. So yeah.
No, that's awesome. And it's interesting actually because obviously where people are saying that like you should be kind of on average getting a 1-of-1 or a triple auto per case. Reminds me of so like the new Fanter sets that are coming out next month. That's 250 players, I think. Each player has a 1-of-1 and there's 250 cases. So you're kind of pretty much guaranteed a 1-of-1 per case, which is quite nice that when you're selling that and you've got 5, 10, 15 boxes and you know that normally obviously you go after a case hit, which obviously normally are slightly higher in price, but obviously a 1-of-1 being kind of guaranteed as case hits even better when you're selling it.
Does that take away the shine of a 1-of-1? It's a controversial question, but if you know you're going to get a 1-of-1, is the whole element of a 1-of-1 the element of surprise that you don't know if you're going to get one or not?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I kind of feel like the goodness of a 1-of-1's kind of been taken away when you look at a set and there's like 10 1-of-1s for each player. So it's not actually like a 1-of-1, right? There's obviously the chase 1-of-1s, which are normally like the patch auto 1-of-1 or the auto one. Do you know what I mean? But there's so many variations now of 1-of-1s for players. It's crazy.
There is. I keep doing this. I feel like I have this topical question every week on the podcast where I'm like, eventually we'll get listeners who will just start commenting in, but I want that to be like one of this week's Righty's topical question is this week. If you know there's a 1-of-1 in a case, does it take away the shine of a 1-of-1? Would you prefer not to know and just have the element of surprise? Everyone start commenting and I'll start making the topical questions even weirder and even crazier every week.
Right is right or wrongs, that's what we call it. Right is right or wrongs.
Right is right or wrongs. There you go. Oh my God. It's off the tongue, Moon. If anyone knows, that's his nickname.
Next
Everyone
week, it'll be
knows
like, how thick should cards be? Yeah, that's what happens when we've not got new sets to discuss. We create new segments.
I think there's a bit of both in it, though. I think there's excitement that you're gonna pull one, and who's it gonna be? Because obviously there's bigger ones than others. And from a selling point of view, again, especially with this set, when I'm doing it, people do come in, and one of the first things they say is, "Have you pulled the triple auto yet?" They go, "Is this from a case?" I go, "Yes." They go, "Have you pulled triple auto yet?" It was no before, now it's a yes. And there's been a 1-of-1. And again, from a seller's point of view, it's great that you've kind of not hit one. You know there's going to be one in there in theory. So obviously the selling point of view is going to do better than it would do. Obviously, it's going to be very interesting now. I pulled a triple auto. I pulled the triple auto actually on eBay Live. And it was only a 1-box stream. So like just a 1 box. So I was very lucky to put it on that stream. Whereas on the Whatnot streams, I've been doing 6, 7, 8 streams. So but eBay have had the Whatnot viewers have it, but now when they ask, I've got to be kind of honest with it and say, yes, I've pulled the triple auto, but I've not had a 1-of-1 yet. Again, it's not guaranteed, so you can't ever turn around and say, yeah, you're guaranteed 1-of-1 so in this case, because you're not. But in theory, the card sets in the case of release, there should be one in there. But that's the questions people are asking me as soon as they come in with a set. have you hit this yet, this yet? And obviously, if I haven't, it entices them to come back in. It'd be very interesting to see if I do hit a 1 of 1 and I've hit both, what the sales will be like going forward. But yeah, it'd be interesting either way, and it's fun. So.
What's that pressure feel like? You know, when there's meant to be a case hit in a case of box you got, and you get down to that last spot.
Oh,
you
it's
still haven't
horrendous.
seen it.
It's horrendous. Yeah, you get the sweats, don't you, boys? You boys probably experience the same. Yeah, it's horrendous. Like you say it. I mean, again, you don't ever want to guarantee anything because it's the same sometimes as some sets. Some companies play it wisely and go on average on the box, or say 2 autos per box on average. But some of the boxes at Topps at the minute are not saying that. They're saying 1 auto a box. I had it with the boxing. Like it says 2 autos a box. It doesn't say on average on the box anyway. It literally says 2 autos a box. The first box I opened had 1 auto in, and I was livid. Like, and everyone else was livid. Like, what else can you do? So it is tough. Again, with case hits, I've had sweaty times where you get into the last box out of the case. You're thinking, I've said this the whole time. The case hits live, and actually in the last box, they're thinking everyone's overpaid as well. You know what it's like when there's a case hit live. You go, oh, I want to get this case hit. So they do generally overpay. When you get down to the old last box, it's a bit twitchy bum time our end as well, isn't it?
Dread.
Fortunately,
Absolute
I think I've
dread.
only ever had it once where there wasn't one in there. But it does hurt a little bit. Do you know what I mean? And after that point, I was very, very choice with my words after that.
Yeah, you do. I think you're so right. It's like one of those things you feel like you get stung once, you won't get stung again in what you say with it. It's dread. It is a dread feeling. And so you're right with like Topps, not just Topps, but anyone. Panini do it as well with like in select international boxes. It's like 1 autograph. They do say on average, to be fair, but you expect to see it. It doesn't come, and it's like it's not your fault. It's on screen. It's all recorded. Everything's sealed. Everything, all the packs, everything. But your heart just sinks.
Yeah, we saw it Prem Hobby, didn't we, as well? Exactly the same
on Saturday,
thing.
yeah, I actually had it. Quite topical, yeah. Had it on Saturday. I was meant to receive three hits, and I only received 1 autograph and 1 patch. But then I did receive it, Elliot Anderson to 5 of 5. So I actually went on Topps' website and checked it. It doesn't say guaranteed 3 autographs on the side of the box. Not anywhere it says that. It also says on Topps' website, there's like certain cards. If it's a certain special cards, then it can reduce the amount of cards in the box. But I was absolutely I was flabbergasted. I thought, this is like Topps Prem. I thought, and then the next box is straight away. I know, thank you very much. It is 5 past, it's gone past 9 o'clock. Can't believe I said it. But no, yeah. And then the next box straight after that, no dramas. Everything is expected. But like people in the chat were good about it. So you can't, like, at the end of the day, all of the packs are sealed. The box is sealed. Strange.
It's quite like I'm a bit surprised about that set especially because I think they nailed it quite well in the fact that I did about 5 cases in the end and I never had that. I had it all. It was pretty consistent. If anything, I had more 4 hits per box than I did. Obviously, I didn't have any that had 2 in, and I thought they've actually done this pretty well. Same with Panini. To be fair, Panini sets recently, the Lioness set that come out, that is so consistent. Like not a single. I've done 7 cases that now up to date. I've got another one to go at. There's not been a single box that had less or more of anything. Like it's so consistent. But yeah, really surprised about that Topps Prem one because I've been really good with it. To be fair.
Yeah, I had a strange one. There was like Premier Pool was in there and stuff, and I don't know if that's a case. Is that a case hit Premier Pool or is it part?
It's 1 in 100 packs on the retail.
Yeah, so I don't. There was a Premier Pool in there. Like I said, there was the Elliot Anderson in there, 5 of 5. There's some cracking cards in there, but yeah, really, really strange. Just a patch and an auto, no additional hit.
Yeah, we know what Topps are like. I mean, I see it all the time with the checklists in terms of missing stuff off, not providing full data, almost being a bit more secretive around what's in what sets and bits like that. And I do wonder at times whether that's to kind of cover themselves a little bit. You know how you're saying like we're kind of a bit more selective with wording and stuff when you're doing streams to kind of not guarantee that something's going to be there when maybe it won't be. And it could potentially be that they're doing the same sort of thing where they're not guaranteeing what parallels each player would have. They're not guaranteeing like what teams the player's playing for, which is tough at times when there's legends in there and you're like, okay, well, which team have they put this legend against? Do you know what I mean? So it doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me with them.
I always imagine you might have like a mean packer who's having a bad day or something. Go, I'll take the hit there. Yikes, you're only having two.
I tell you what, you see some really interesting stuff for the packing, didn't you? Like literally yesterday, obviously we don't do more of much than football cards on here, but let's talk about the darts a little bit. I was doing a bit of the darts, right? And did you see West London Joe's box he had, the God box?
Oh,
Oh
God,
my
yeah.
word, what on earth happened there? So
Yeah.
for anyone who doesn't know, the darts, again on box it says 1 auto on average per box and 4 numbered parallels per box on average and 2 cracked ice pink cards. And he had 5 numbers in every pack. So he
Every
had
pack.
50 numbered cards in one
Jeez.
box. Yeah. Which was incredible. That's some mix up that, innit?
Packers
It
won
does
the
happen.
lottery that day.
Yeah.
It's
And I'll
like,
say-
here we go, finish on
Yeah.
a high.
And I've literally just said how consistent Panini was, and I just forgot all about that moment, to be fair. But hey, that's in the right scale of things. I don't mind 50 more than 50
Oh,
less,
no.
you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, but you imagine where they've come from.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
50 other boxes that are meant to have
well, the
extra
worst
numbers.
thing was I only opened 2 prior to seeing that, and the 2 boxes I opened only had 3 number parallels in. So the 4 on average probably is 3 a box, and he had the other 40 of them elsewhere to cover the average. So there's probably another 10 boxes out there with 50 numbers, and the rest have got 3 in.
Oh, dear.
It'd be quite cool for them to do kind of God packs though, because obviously you see it quite a lot in the Pokemon, don't you? That the
Yeah.
Pokemon have the ability to have a God pack, but they haven't really transferred that over to the football cards as yet.
Well, they touched on it the other week about the bind set, didn't we? So the bind set
Yeah.
had one, didn't they, where every card was an auto in there. But you know, what you said, I think it'd be interesting to do that. And in fact, Futura kind of does it a bit, then with the diamond boxes and stuff like
Yes,
that.
they do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. I think they need to put some like hidden gems in there somewhere, some big boxes just for a bit of laugh and just I guess something else to hunt. You know?
Yeah. I suppose they did a little bit with Reverage, didn't they? Because they had kind of special like triple crown dual boxes and that sort of stuff, which I suppose
Coronation Day. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But they weren't always like the Fatera. So the Fatera like platinum or diamond or whichever one it is, it's like every single card's a 1-of-1. Whereas obviously the tops, I saw one that was like a special box, but everything was numbered to like 25. And it's like, well, actually, it's nice. You know, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't say no to any of the cards, but they're not the same. It's not the same, I suppose, as like the Fatera, like doing 1-of-1s and all the way through. So yeah, just something to mix it up a little bit. I think it'd be quite cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Awesome. So yeah, I suppose one thing that has happened over the weekend has been kind of Whatnot card show. I suppose talking kind of fancy boxes. Obviously, you had Yorkshire Collector break-in Flawless, Panini Flawless, which was a hell of a break. I think the boxes were about 35 grand each, or at least that's what they were kind of advertised at for how we kind of promoted the stream. But yeah, some serious cards in there.
Briefcases, yeah.
Yeah, it was briefcases. It was studs within the card. I mean, you pulled out the card and it's super thick. Yeah, it was a great watch. It was a movie, is what it was.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Most people I think I've ever seen personally in a stream. Something like 1,200 people it got up to at one point. It was. I mean, the cards are just there. The cards speak for themselves. But again, I think these products, that particular product, is timeless. Like he kept saying, and it is so true. In I don't know, it could be months or in a year's time. That's not 75,000. That's 80,000 and plus. I think he even opened one of the briefcases with a little bit of dust. He was like, "That's you know what I mean, like how long these cards have probably been sat for." But it's just some life change. It's crazy how certain cards, when you get to that stage, these cards like they're life changing for people. Like whether it's, I mean, fair play if you are a collector. I mean, one of the individuals last night won. One of the buyers, sorry, won. That was it. Messi, wasn't it? Start a print run. It was like 1 of 25 on card autograph. Messi from Flawless. And I saw people in the chat saying it was around, I don't know, 28,000, maybe more than that, or another version of it to 25, but not start a print run. I think went for like 28,000. It sold for, but like we're talking about significant money. Money that it'd be it's really hard for you to not want to part ways with that card once you hit it. But if you keep it, to anyone out there who's got one and has kept it, massive fair play to you, because they're serious collector's items. Like they are, yeah. History. Fair play to
The thing is,
Yorkshire history that was for that.
I was going to say, I know a few people commented on it in the streams itself, but what really set it apart as well was on the finish of the cards, how clean all of the autos were.
Yeah.
Absolutely clean as you like.
Bar the
Yeah.
Benzema card.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
just scribbled
What's
whatever he
that?
wanted.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
wow.
on basically the whole of the card, right? I mean, to be fair, what was amazing was obviously he could have quite easily just done one briefcase, right? At half the price, it still would have been more than Eminence, which obviously has been broke a few times recently on a couple of kind of special occasions for people's kind of like when they've hit certain follower accounts and stuff and card shows and that. He could have easily just done one. The fact that he's done it as a case break as well is, I mean, to be fair, I suppose, obviously you guys break on a regular basis. Just kind of, I suppose, what sort of risk do you take by doing that? Because he's standing spots at $3,000 a spot. So you've got to get some of the big boys. And obviously I know a lot of the kind of side member in there and stuff like that, which is great. But you can't guarantee that they're going to buy in. You can't guarantee that you're going to sell the other 26 spots, I think it was in total. Like, it's a big risk, really big risk.
It's huge. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're worlds apart here, Kieran.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Going from
Absolutely.
flawless to a prison case break there.
Hey, you get there one day. Get there when everyone starts the same place.
I should get the specs up putting a 3-box break for the night. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. Am I going to film this tonight? I don't know if I'm going to have.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But no, I just like Rod said earlier, you take your hats off to him. Like, it's a big risk. And for his business too, if it doesn't sell, or if he loses money on it, it is a massive risk. So again, absolutely fair play to him for doing it on the Whatnot card show as well. Again, that was something that me and probably you guys will have well from. But yeah, no, it provides entertainment. I think again, in this point in time when there's not a lot going on, like we just said, I think we need something like that as well to watch. And I'm gutted I missed it, and I do wish I was streaming myself on eBay, so I missed it. I was a bit gutted really, but that's where I wish I could still rewatch streams and whatnot. So I could have literally, again, this morning I didn't have too much to do, just a bit of a chill day, so I didn't feel the best last night. It's something I probably would have tuned into to rewatch.
You could have just bought in and got your video receipt.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but I try and find that free £3,000 spare from behind the sofa or something. Yeah, no. So yeah, hats off to him. Honestly, it's different gravy. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I suppose take it to something that's a bit more to what you're used to doing then. I suppose Whatnot card show in general. So obviously they do this. I'm not too sure how often it is that they do. I don't know if it feels like it's more often than annual, but it might be annual. So what do you guys do you guys do something different for Whatnot card show? Do you plan on doing it in the future ones? How do you kind of approach it?
I'll let Ryan speak because we didn't get our Whatnot card show stand. So
Did you not have one in the end? No, did you not get
no. Yeah,
Why
we
not,
got in.
Bob?
We just didn't get the stand. So
you're not in the first.
We didn't
right.
participate in the end.
Well, to be fair,
We'll put a pin in that one and we'll come back to that afterwards. I want to hear it. I want to hear Jack.
We're on Righty's rant segment now already.
Right is right or wrong is right is rant. Oh,
that one wrong, is it? That one. To be fair, mate, you didn't miss much this time round. To be fair, some of the Whatnot packages we've had in the past, the Whatnot card shows, we've had a big package of like a mat, a stand, some stickers, all sorts. This time around, we had a big old box like this, mate. I had the smallest stand in the world. And I was like, where's the rest of it in here? But anyway, well, it's free. You know what I mean? A freebie's a freebie. It's a nice touch by them, to be fair. I can't complain. But yeah, no, it's good. I think problem is now, obviously, there's a lot of sellers on the platform now. I don't think it's as hyped as around what it has been in the past, where it's been a bit more of a special occasion. It feels just like a normal weekend, just a very busy weekend. It's hard because you get a time slot. Again, we did Football Card Direct did a marathon stream with all three of the streamers in from 9 a.m. till I think it was about 8 o'clock at night I finished. Did a bit of everything, multi-sports, but didn't feel like the viewer base improved more than normal. Sales definitely not about the same. So as a seller, I didn't really benefit as too much. I think in my first ever Whatnot card show last year when I was on my own, we actually got 0% fees, which was a real big thing for us sellers. But then also the competition was hard because you had a lot of the big boys doing, I think I think there's a few of the guys did 3-4 day streams straight just to get on the 0% fees, just to clear some of the crap they had in the background. You know what I mean? They weren't selling for a while. Here's a good chance to get rid of some of the deadwood guys. Do you know what I mean? So for a seller, it is a tough competition. The likes of Yorkshire, if they pull something big out of the bag, they're going to get all the viewers in and good sales. So I don't think it's as respected as much as it has been in the past. But nevertheless, it's a great way to get new people into the platform. Everyone can showcase what their businesses and are about, and plus some nice cards to go out on sale as well, and some nice boxes to come through. So it is a good time. But I just feel like at the minute with the saturation side of things, I don't think they're as special as they have been in the past.
I think your concept idea, though, what you tried to do on the card show was actually really good.
Yeah,
And I genuinely, I think, you've tried to offer a variety of multi-sports throughout the whole of the day. And
yeah,
I think it's a card show at the end of the day. Like, I know Tubman did something similar. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but he offered something like quite significant, I think, in a buyer's giveaway and free breaks. And there was other people who did the same thing. And I think there is that element of the card show to try and create that level of excitement for people who are buying in. It's not just your average day, whether it be
yeah.
weekend, midweek. It's something that ultimately I think is down to you as a breaker to be able to offer a bit more to people. I suppose to support whatnot, support breaking and create that excitement. To Ryan's point, so there is something in it, and it isn't just it's just not something that's just a promotion basically of the same stuff that's already happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do think it's great for it. Again, it provides that something different as well in a time. Again, like last 3 months feels like we're logging in and it's all a bit the same. If it makes sense, like like I said, the product's all the same. When a new product comes out, everyone's doing it and this, that, and it's a nice time for people to bring different things out, bigger things out, give some nice giveaways away, and really entice people in and for good viewing. Like even singles, some of the single shows I've seen over the weekend are fantastic. JJ has always done really well in his singles. He's always been big for his singles. He brought some lovely cards into a show. Even he had 200-300 people in watching to see what singles he had, and they were fantastic. So it's a good time to showcase what you've got and what you're about yourself. So I think it's a really good occasion by him. I think it's clever. Again, they call it the biggest card show on earth because it kind of is over 4 days. It's not at a venue, but the amount of people that come and view it over the weekend, I'm sure there'd have been more than your general card show. So it is a really good occasion, and fair play to them for putting it on. And to be fair, they do support some of their streamers that as well. So you can't grumble whatnot. They do have some great ideas and implement them really, really well.
Yeah. Yeah, and to be fair, like you mentioned, like touched on with the Yorkshire collector, obviously they had over 1,000 people in their stream. So everyone else can be very much struggling for people, for viewers and stuff. And I think the only benefit that the other streamers had is it actually sold out quite quick, which again is amazing. But yeah, it kind of like everyone's there, not to buy obviously, but just to watch, to see these cars that don't come out on a regular basis. So you're competing with a lot more now from the streamers that are doing it. But yeah, I definitely, I'm the same as you though. I kind of feel like I remember last year's as a much more kind of special occasion. And I don't know if it's because I was new to the app or what, but it just felt like there was a lot more fanfare outside of the actual weekend itself, like as in outside of the streams. There was a lot more kind of comms that were sent out. There was a lot more promotion that was done before the actual weekend happened. And then obviously when the weekend happened, everyone had been hyped up for it. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they do on the next one.
Well, as I say, like the last one that happened, it was exciting because the likes of Tubman, he gave away a trip to Disney. Sully's gave away a car, so stuff like that is very entertaining. Again, it's changing people's lives again, isn't it? You know what I mean? Someone having a trip to Disney for a few days, completely, so I think it was a buyer's giveaway to us, but even still, buying something for £2 or £3, even still, can still win that potential going on a holiday with your family or getting a new car. People, stuff dreams are made of in some occasions. Do you know what I mean? So again, it's a real good time to give back as well, I think, for people. So, and we gave away a signed shirt. We've had 21 different signed shirts for a lucky buyer to pick from. I think a good friend of ours, actually, Chris CMDs, he won it in the end. There was a lot of buyers in the day, but again, you got to be in it to win it. But he won a lovely Larry Bird. He kept going about it all day. If I'm going to win that Larry Bird signed shirt, and he did win it, and he won it. I was like, oh, brilliant. Again,
so won 2 signed shirts in 2 days. Wow.
Yeah, so look, it's a chance to make other people happy as well, which is quite pleasing. So yeah,
Chris, if you're listening to this, you're a goblin. Okay.
Yeah, you got to be in it to win it, haven't you?
To
You
be
gotta in it
fair,
to win it.
I cannot complain about Chris. He was sat at a game in Scotland watching a local game, probably in the wet and rain. Sorry, the wet and cold. Still buying into our stream. So look, Chris, if you're watching, mate, fair play. Love you to bits, and congratulations on the shirt, mate.
It just means the game was boring.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
It's all what
He
that said.
was there as a neutral, so he probably didn't want to be there. I know,
Fair
but
play.
he'd rather have been in my stream buying the darts. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I suppose we kind of touched on it a little bit. One of the points that I had down was the rise in, I suppose, older sets and national treasures kind of specifically. But I suppose it's, like you mentioned, Ryan, as well, you kind of see the same sort of flow, I suppose, of people or product becoming accessible to breakers. And then you see a bit of a flow of how it then like works its way through whatnot for a short period of time. But he's given us access to older sets like National Treasures and stuff like that, which are such a nice set. It is interesting how it just, like I say, it follows a bit of a process over like a week or two, maybe, where people have got this access to the product, and then that everyone's breaking it. And I suppose that's a bit of a hard thing to compete with as well.
Yeah, I think so. But again, I would say the week, I think it's quite exciting as well that you bring us these older products. And I think you guys as well, Jack and Pete, have done the same thing recently with some Inception older products. And I think as well, it's a nice little build up. We know, like we said last show, that you've got the new, you got the big hype next month of Deco, Inception, and Museum all coming out at once. Like bringing some of the older Inception sets as a build up to that as well was quite nice, quite a nice little touch. So I think it's only a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, Pete, you can Sunday morning, right? Just gone with Inception. Then obviously you broke it. I mean, how did you find it breaking that?
Cards speak for themselves. I mean, they're just works of art. Absolutely incredible. I mean, so we pulled a Maguire to 10, and we had a lovely Totti on the auto to 49 as well. But I think it's just, as I say, the design is so epic, and a lot of people talk about 23, 24, but having now done 22, 23, I prefer that, to be perfectly honest. And obviously recently we've seen a few people as well doing 21, 22 as well, and that's been great. We saw Northwest Breaks do some as well, and some cracking cards come out of it.
Yeah, no, it's and we've spoke about like Inception before when we had that conversation. I think a few weeks back we were talking about different products, and I think we had that top three and what do we think was the best. But no, it's been thoroughly enjoyable. I think people are starting to actually. I think particularly over this last week as well when we've broke it. Actually, that's a lie. We had one stream where we did it, and it took us the best part of nearly 3 hours to fill a box. And then Pete Sunday morning, Pete was done in 45 minutes.
It's weird though. It takes I sometimes think it takes the right people to understand sometimes with these sets, because you feel like you're having to do a lot of work to help people to understand the actual value of the sets themselves. So I think if you've not got the right audience in, and then as well, I think it's very much as well around. Sometimes you're quite lucky to have the people who know the sets really well, so they bring that additional knowledge to it as well, as you're moving through spots and the break as well. So yeah, I mean, it can be swings and roundabouts, but I think overall it's been a really, really positive experience.
Yeah,
revisiting these things.
I just think it was worth. I know you mentioned it very briefly. I can't lie. I can't even hold it in. I'm excited about the National Treasures. I mean, we've got an opportunity to break 2 boxes of it, myself and Pete, and it might sound like cheesy, but I am going to cherish every moment of being able to break that box of football cards, because you talk about recycling and card and boxes that come out. There has been a slight influx of National Treasures. I think the Yorkshire guys broke a case break of it. On the flawless break, there was a buys giveaway that's gone out of it. I've seen Connor Toms do one for as part of the Whatnot card show, but it's a strange one because these are £2,500 upwards to £3,000 boxes of football cards. So not just the fact that we're going to get the opportunity to break it, which is really, really cool, but enjoy it, because I feel like when you look at the sets, you've got like your flawlesses, which is so top end, like skyrocket, and there's only a select amount of people who may take that chance to go in. Similar with Eminence, where we've seen Eminence being broken a lot more over the last few months, and again, there's only a select amount of people who will take that chance to go in. feel like National Treasures is maybe more the opportunity for the person who's got £50 kitty to play with, maybe, and football cards to have a go on it. If it depending on how it's being broken, of course, but yeah, like bit surreal really to see, like to have an opportunity to do that, but also to see it being broken. That was phenomenal. I've got to call it. I know we have hits of the week coming up, but we saw that one box that we saw was a Pele 1 of 1 on the very first card, and then the 10th and final card was Pele patch auto player worn to 10 in just in one box. So yeah, incredible really to see like all of this older product and everybody, like, you know, enjoying it really, and hopefully a lot of people having the chance to have a stab at it and see what they can get.
Yeah, I think it's exciting. When is it that you're breaking it?
Saturday. So right, I've got both boxes here. I don't know, for the purpose of YouTube viewers, if you're still watching, there it is, and it is yeah, I've got two boxes just sat there, and after seeing that break, all I've done is kept staring at them, thinking, please, I swear to God, please be something in there incredible.
Or you could Percy one if you want. That make the
I was gonna say,
my
make
God.
sure you make sure you stay sober before Saturday. One of them might accidentally get open.
I know, I'm absolutely. They are well out of reach. They're not, but but yeah, no, really looking forward to it. And we've got nice buys. That's the other thing as well. Sorry, I don't too, but we've the few people who have done these breaks have offered really nice buys giveaways to go with these breaks as well. You know, like Flawless was obviously one of them boxes, which is incredible. But you know, like, again, I keep touching on the break we did see. There's a choice of like different types of boxes on offer. We're doing 2 breaks of it, so we've actually got just recently we decided we're going to go ahead with 2 AC Milan shirts, but the whole team have signed the shirt,
Wow.
which is pretty cool. Yeah, so certificate of authentication, 1 away shirt, 1 home shirt. So we're going to do one a stream, which is pretty cool. And I'm sure a few other people, I know I think MGC, the guys at MGC are breaking it at the weekend. And I mean, well, they do crazy giveaways anyway. So I'm sure they've got something planned for people who get involved as well. So yeah, try and give a little bit back, because we appreciate, at the end of the day, it's, you know, you're purchasing into something where you may not unfortunately hit. But if you do, you'll be very, very happy.
What time are you on with it Saturday?
Good question, that is, Ryan. I'm not too sure yet. Probably be like maybe an evening thing. Probably more of like going to the Saturday evening, like a 5 o'clock start or something like that.
It'll be
That
like a
sounds
kid at Christmas. You'll have to fight the urge to break every
Massively.
minute from 7 a.m. till
Massively.
life.
What we'll do, once you, because you'll put a post up on social media anyway, once you put a post up on social media, we'll share it on the Cards on the Table podcast Instagram as well, so people can jump in, as we've talked very highly of the set, which I think it'd be really good to see it open, and hopefully another Pele. That's what we're aiming for.
Yeah, and come and get yourself a chance at an AC Milan shirt.
Yeah. If anything else, just go for the AC Milan shirt.
It's worth a chance. But yeah.
Awesome. So, one thing that we wanted to kind of, I suppose, talk upon in this episode was around, I suppose, favorite streamers or people that you watch when you're kind of getting into the hobby. We'll all remember, we spoke about on the first episode, the kind of almost first hit that we got, and that sort of thing. But I suppose, who were the first streamers that maybe you started going back to each time? I suppose it's probably one, because you would have come across loads, but who are the ones that you, I suppose, brought you back to the app and got you back on most evenings?
Oh, go on. Ryan, you start. You've been in it the longest. You're like part of the woodwork.
There's so many good ones, to be fair. I'm gonna look at it from both sides. I think I'm gonna look into it as my favorite, and also the streamers that I probably kind of half look up to in the way that I stream myself, and like the people I got a lot of my ideas from, and the general way that I stream and break products and stuff. Picking up little tips and tricks here and there. First one I think for me is gotta be probably the big man, Tubman. I think he was the one person when I first got into the platform and whatnot in general that I went back to like every night, watched. Tried both his channels at the time. They were just entertaining. Always put up giveaways and stuff like buyers giveaways. Yeah, and the way that Tubman breaks and does his kind of regimental like ways of streaming, for example, like his process of once you've done one break, say you're on the last pack of the box, put a giveaway up because people are going to join that and they're going to be stayed there for the second box. Just little tips and tricks like that to run an effective stream as a breaker. I learned a lot off him, to be fair. And again, he always talks so well. He comes across pretty good, and he's what he does now. He does does nearly a case or something a night now, and gives away good things, and it sells out really well. He's always got a big audience in, and yeah, I think for me in general, watching him, I could always keep going back to him. In general, favorite streamers back in the day as well. FC Breaks was a great one. You used to always find him in the daytime. For me, and probably looking at Jack back in the day as well, it was that time where you was at work, you got your kind of half an hour break at say 10:30, 11. He'd be on. So he'd be the first person I'd see. And I think back then I used to see Jack a lot in there doing some of the feud tier and stuff like that. Again, the guys over there, they're just when you're in their stream, you feel so welcome and like they call everyone legends. When you just feel like you're a part of them and you just feel like you want to stay in there and just support them a little bit because they're so welcoming to be around. And yeah, again, I look up to them quite a lot. Another one as well, quite a little, not a hidden gem, but they don't scream and shout. They don't really advertise too many in their streams. But Baller Breaks as well. Again, I think it's kind of like an unknown one where, like, again, you go on his Instagram, he's not posted for months and months and months, don't really advertise streams, but he's always on every night with a lot of people in, and he comes across so well, like his mannerisms, his way he's talking. Even if he's got a bit of someone giving him a bit of aggro or something, he politely, doesn't entertain it or just say, look, you can't do that. And that's it. He doesn't come across, he doesn't swear too many times. Like being in his stream, you feel safe in there too to buy into. And you feel like, because obviously we know a lot of streamers in there that are upcoming or trying a little bit here and there. And sometimes we've seen some bad things on there where they don't send things out, this, that, and the other, and it's hard to be wary. But people like them, you're safe buying from, and that you just feel really comfortable in their streams. So for me, they're the main three. And I think another shout out as well. I think SK Cards as well. Sam and Kim, they're just a really good duo to watch. Like always been entertaining. Like a partner streamers where like it's funny as well. Like Sam will open a little personal here and they hear Kim shouting in the background. No, stop opening stuff. So it's quite a really fun duo to watch. And again, when they're on. They always bring a crowd in, and people just come in just to watch them more than to buy a lot of the time. So again, they're my favorite four, I think. Yeah, all that stuff is just entertaining to watch. Again, even not just him to buy in, like even just to go and watch, have a good time, have a smile on your face, have a bit of banter with them. I think all four of them for me are my personal favorites. But there's a lot out there. It was a hard pick, but for me, they're the four that stood out for me.
Yeah.
Well then, boys, your turn.
100% when I started buying into cards. Well, actually, when I started on the platform, it was really I watched a fair bit of FC Breaks was a massive one I watched. There was a lot of like Prem Hobby. It was like prison sets at the time that was being ran, and I was buying a lot into that and trying to like hit and hope on cards, which if I'm being honest, I had really no idea. But it was just entertainment. I think it was just started at first. It's going into streams where you felt like you had a level of entertainment, and then you had the hook, and then that was you buying into football cards. And I think FC Breaks was definitely a really good channel for that. It's nice, obviously, to see now that progression, and then you get a bit more of like a relationship built with them as well. But yeah, that was definitely a starting point. The other one for me was Cards, mate. I really enjoyed Sonny's streams. I used to really enjoy. He's gonna hate me for this, but at the start, when you were a bit of a giving goblin and you wanted to get involved, it used to be like picking envelope. Still does it now. It's like it was just really really good. But Sonny did a lot of Inception, which is obviously where I got a lot of my love for Inception. And TCT used to do it as well. As it TCT Breaks, they did it when it was all out and about at the time. It was like constantly buying into them, and like they've got this weird thing. I was like buying to like the Maldini spot and stuff like that. It seems to do really well with Paolo Maldini and football cards.
Yeah.
I mean, Ryan's already spoke about the other guys like SK and Tubman. I mean, they sort of speak for themselves, to be honest. You always end up flicking in and out of their streams, and I'm sure many people are bought in at times as well. from them guys. But I watched a lot of Ryan as well when Ryan came in. And the biggest thing for me was like watching a lot of Ryan was like my opportunity to then get interested in wanting to go into breaking. So a lot of the stuff I do, to be brutally honest, is probably what a lot of stuff Ryan's done. Is like just literally pick up. I think it's even easier to pick up habits from your mates. Like at the end of the day, and take a lot of confidence. Well, if my mate's doing that, then I'm going to do something similar. So yeah, and it all started out, like on those streams. Then Fanter, it was on Fanter, and it was with obviously one of our friends at the time who did it with Ryan, and then built on from there as to where we are now. But I watched a hell of a lot of them streams, and I can't remember for the life of me. And Ryan, I hope you help me. But it was the guys who did the Deal No Deal stream. I used to watch them all the time.
Spoke about this for a week. I couldn't tell you the usernames. I hope one day they watch this and just.
You have to
really
go back
hope
through
they
your
do.
whatnot order history. They've got to be there somewhere, right?
There's a massive history. Trust me.
Yeah,
There's a massive
2
history.
weeks later.
Yeah.
You've got a supercomputer that can filter through all of that. 'Cause that's thousands.
Yeah, Kieran, you're the data man. Surely you can help us out with that.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a way. There'll be a way. We'll
Yeah.
find it. We will find
Look,
it.
a note to self: if anybody ever wants to go through your whatnot purchases, don't give the spreadsheet to your missus,
No.
okay? Because that's what I did, and her jaw dropped.
Yeah. Honestly, it's
She
scary.
was literally, I can remember it like it was yesterday. She literally turned to the side and looked at me and went, "What?" Excuse my English. Went, "What the fuck have you spent here?" I was like, sorry.
Just like the bank statements are digital, because you imagine trying to get them through the post box, it'd be like the yellow pages. Like,
Well, the parcels through the letterbox was always a bit of a giveaway for how much we spent times. And like some days for me, it was like the scene of Harry Potter. The letters come through the letterbox, like it's flying around everywhere. I had days like that, and she'd go to me, "What? I know, like what is?" And I was like, "To be fair, some people are quite funny in my chat. Sometimes have said they actually send us to the post office and they have to go and pick them all up, so they never know. Like, so the missus never knows. That's a really clever idea, that is. But hey, we're obviously all in the same boat. But
I used to claim all of mine with giveaway wins.
yeah,
That's all of mine. I'm so lucky with giveaways.
Yeah, I
just
feel
win
like
every
doing that,
giveaway. It's amazing.
But no, like Pete, pass the baton on to you. Yours would be interesting because obviously you sort of like, if we're going in like length of service to whatnot. Well, actually, it'd be Kieran next, but I think
it's just different qualities in different people. I mean, I'd say I don't want to sort of tread the ground you guys have gone over, because absolutely Topps was massive. The thing I always liked about FC was because I had a lot of sort of dealing in their breaks early on in my time and whatnot, still do. But what I really liked about them was if you didn't get a good spot or something wasn't running your way, they'd sometimes just be like, you know what, take both of them, take this. You always felt like they had your back in terms of getting value out of the breaks, which was really, really important to me. And I think as well, one in the evening I used to watch a lot of one of your faves as well, right, is DJ Cards as well. I really quite like the vibe in the evening slots. It was sort of like, get the mates together and let's have a little bit of a chat about cards and stuff. It was really good.
Yeah, Dogs is good.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like I think when the early days, when you're very new to it, obviously the one that you go to is the one that's got the most views. So I think in the very early days, like Sule or whatever, it definitely would have been some of his streams. But when you then quickly realise that the prices are quite a lot higher than some of the other streams, you kind of navigate away when you kind of want to buy into stuff. So I was the same. So Cardsmate was the one for me as well for a long period. He used to do the 100 single show. I think it was. So it's like 100 singles, but they all used to be quality cards. And at the time, obviously, PC and like United used to kind of get as much as I could from there. So yeah, there's a lot of his streams, and then a lot of kind of like you said, the SK and Tubman and all of them guys as well. I think a lot of them are still going strong now, and also that's a testament to the fact that they are entertaining to watch and they do decent breaks and they sell cards at a good price, and like you say, they look after you and stuff when you don't hit. But yeah, I think like we touched on the other week, it's a bit of a shame because obviously we did get a lot of kind of newer people come in that had different ideas, and then they've slowly started to not be allowed to do that via whatnot and stuff. And I think one thing kind of, I suppose, more recent. I think we touched on it, not on the podcast, but outside of it, was I think is it Sports Memorabilia UK guys? They do quite a good structure where pretty much every break that they do, they have a free break that runs alongside. And I suppose it's that sort of stuff where you're saying where you kind of, as a breaker, you look at what other breakers are doing to bring the crowds in to get the cards sold and stuff like that. And that seems like something that's quite a good thing to do. They've always got 100+ people in the shows. So it's good to see what you can learn and how people keep kind of tweaking stuff to, I suppose, get the best from it.
Yeah, like I said, I kind of touched on that as well yourselves off the podcast. I think they are probably my personal favourite at the minute. The way they're running things, the way they're giving back, especially with these big sets. Like you said, they're doing, multiple boxes of a product tonight, but they're also doing one as a free break and one as a buyer's giveaway, a full box. So like they're giving away 2 boxes a night. They've got a lot of, and again, they're really well spoken, and you feel safe in their streams. And like I say, someone who's giving back so much every single night as well. And for me, looking going forward, they really implement some really clever and cool things as a breaker. So again, for me, I always again now as I do it full time, it's people I also look up to and get ideas from. But like we just said, like there's a lot of people, you go across a lot of streams and it is repetitive. Like people are not copying, but taking ideas from everyone else and implementing it. As like you said, lots like Sonny at Cards, mate, who does the pick your envelope. That's kind of his own twist, his own little thing. And other people are starting, do a lot of that kind of things. To be fair, I haven't really got that in my end at the minute. I probably should think of something more original to put into my streams to make it more entertaining. But they're probably a lot cleverer streamers than I am at the minute. So it's looking up to people like that really spurs me to do some interesting things. But yeah, there's a lot of really good people out there. So,
Yeah.
fair play.
Yeah, it's something that's just constantly growing as well, which is not a bad thing. Always a lot of opportunity. Cool. So I suppose we'll come on to our final segment of the week, which is hits of the week. So Jack, and obviously you touched on one from a stream only a couple of days ago. I suppose what else have people seen out there?
So I'll go one.
Yeah, you go.
We spoke about him a lot obviously over the few podcasts we've done. Tubman again, the big man on Whatnot Card Show, pulled the 1-of-1 message in from Immaculate, didn't he? Auto. Again, still on a Whatnot Card Show streaming, it makes it even more special. But that's obviously got to be up there as one of the big ones as well, right?
I saw I can't remember who the streamer was now, but I saw 1-of-1 R9 auto from the Fatera set, which was a thing of beauty. Like any of the kind of old school classic Brazilian players, I think R9, Ronaldinho, anyone like that, a Pele, definitely wants that. Loved having the PC.
Yeah. The one I've already touched on that one, but I find it funny how the guy you hit it wasn't even in the stream. So
that's amazing.
He was literally a 1-of-1 Pele and a to 10 sat in front of the camera, and everyone was like, "Can we just carry on tagging him?" It was like thousands of pounds worth of cards just sat there. The bloke didn't even know he'd hit it.
Wow.
Imagine coming back. Imagine watching the video receipt for that.
I know.
So, I wonder how I did last night.
People were like, "Well, just like if you're sending his parcels, like it's a 1-of-1. I don't know if you'd send them or not, or whatever the agreement is. But if he was getting his parcels from your door, he just rips open his envelope. It's like, oh my god." But that was my hit of the week. Yeah.
Any more? Or was that it?
To be fair, I've not watched a lot this week. I've had quite a heavy streaming schedule myself, so not seen too much. I missed that flawless break of the weekend. I wish I'd have seen that. Again, personal note, I pulled that triple auto and a Bellingham auto to 5, but they're nothing compared to what we just spoke about, so I'm not even going to put them in the mix, to be honest. I've not really seen too much this week. Been a bit out of the loop.
Well, hopefully this time next week we'll be talking about hits of the week from National Treasures.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Kieran, plot twist segment for this week's show. Can we touch on Fanter Pro really quickly? Can we?
Yeah, of course we can.
Because it's creating a lot. It's creating a lot of really great noise around the community, and I think it'd be a really good opportunity to talk through that quickly.
Yeah, definitely so. Yeah, so obviously it's actually just I've got a post going out tomorrow. It's actually a year since kind of Fanter launched. Which is it's an interesting one because I think really obviously it launched, we got the first load of checklists on there, and then we kind of really do too much after kind of Christmas up until about July, I think it was, when we started doing it again. And then since July, the growth has been phenomenal. So that I've not really kind of seen before really. So we're kind of doubling traffic every month. We're growing the social following. We're getting kind of 40,000 on average, about 40,000 valuations a month done through the platform. So great, really good. It's really good that it's a useful resource for people. Obviously we wanted to try and put a few kind of limits in place for some of the real high end, like the high traffic users. So the people that are doing hundreds of valuations a month and bits like that, we wanted to just kind of make it so that we don't effectively topple over from the amount of kind of traffic and usage it's getting. So yeah, we introduced Fanter Pro. So there's a couple of features in there. So valuations, you get unlimited valuations, you get unlimited tracked valuations as well. So with a tracked valuation, we'll track it every week to see how the performance of that card is doing, which is always great. And then there's a few breaker features in there as well. So premium show promotion. So we promote breakers shows through the platform. And we tend to get, I want to say, a couple of hundred kind of clicks per day on kind of Whatnot shows from people that are just searching for sets on Google, and they're coming onto it and they're going, oh, where can I actually get this? And they can find it on Whatnot, sort of thing. So we wanted to kind of really, I suppose, promote the people that want to become one of the pro members on Fanter. So you get premium promotion on the homepage, you get premium kind of break profiles as well. And we are going to be rolling out promotions well through socials. So the Fanter kind of Instagram account is something that we've got just shy of 3,000 followers on there now. So we're going to start promoting shows through there as well as part of it. So yeah, we introduced Fanter Pro. It helps us as well. It helps kind of give us some additional resource to kind of continue to push the whole free aspect of the platform as well. And yeah, it's been well received, which is really good. So thank you to everyone that's kind of signed up to it already. And yeah, if anyone ever wants to kind of reach out, find out more, just drop us a message on socials. More than happy to help.
Yeah, basically he's what we're saying is get on board or don't get left behind. Get on board.
Don't get left behind. 100%.
Fanter,
Yeah,
Fanter is phenomenal, and I'm not just saying that because I'll get boosted off podcast if I don't, but it is phenomenal, guys. All right, okay, it is mega.
yeah. And to be fair, this is the worst it will be. This is the worst it will be. Like the Fanter Pro is going to have a lot of additional. We've got a lot of stuff cooking up, a lot of additional stuff that's going to come into it as well and be included in that Fanter Pro price. So before the price goes up, yeah, get on board quick.
Yeah, play mate, good work.
Yeah, legend.
Thank you.
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah, so I suppose that's it for this week's episode. One thing to drop in as well. Myself and Brian are both going to be at London Card Show on Saturday. So if anyone's listening is at London Card Show, drop us a message. Yeah, we'd be great to meet anyone that's kind of listening to the podcast, or using Fanter or a fan of any of the breaks that we do on Whatnot as well. So yeah, make sure you kind of get in touch. Next episode, fingers crossed, should be a guest episode as well. It's going to get our first guest on. So we look forward to that as well. And as always, we would love to hear from you guys as well. So drop any questions, any kind of topics you want to cover, anything like that, in either comment on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, anything. And yeah, we're great to have you involved in the conversation as well. And then, yeah, make sure you follow and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you all.
See you next week, guys.
yeah. Cheers, guys.
See you.
Cheers. Bye.